Hi guys, Harry here, and welcome to my breakdown of the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet trailer. Now this is obviously the trailer of the new Gen 9 Pokemon games, and I have to say the trailer does look amazing. I know it's been out for a while, but I wanted to have a good time to go through all of it and provide you with the hidden Easter eggs, hidden details that you might have missed. But before we get into the video, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and also comment down below. And let's get into the video. So, the trailer starts off with this security guard going through this closed office building, and he goes up the escalator and he comes across the Game Freak office. So he goes in there to investigate as the music builds up, and he goes in, and as he opens the door, we get a shot of a sandy room where it's obviously a bit more olden days, olden time, that there isn't anything there that is modern, apart from really a projector, and then we see at the end a Nintendo Switch. But before that, the security guard goes through, and we can see a room full of treasure, and obviously this is probably a reference to Spanish conquistadors, as we also see new cloth. Well, we see like high quality cloth. It looks like, at least in the trailer, and we see treasure maps, and we see even tea and coffee, as well as books. And while some of that might seem like, yeah, it's probably high quality, it's probably worth a lot of money, the things like tea, coffee, books, and cloth were also really high quality, at least back in the around the 16th century, because, and even before then, because tea and coffee were a lot of money. They were valuable resources. They were expensive, and also especially stuff like who has sugar in their like tea or in their coffee, because obviously sugar was really expensive as well. It was to show that you were high class, that you had a lot of money, as well as books being knowledge, and a bit later, obviously because a bit later on books became more expensive and were shown like more in the Victorian era, but you still see that even back then books were expensive as well, and it was to show that you had a lot of knowledge. So this could be a big indication of the Spanish conquistadors, because we see from the maps in that room, and also the maps in the when we actually get into the Pokemon world, that it is based off Spain and Portugal as well, and so obviously there were Spanish conquistadors, and they invaded a lot of countries getting up all these resources. And it just seems like it is great that maybe we can get a bit of history into it, but also not stray too far into the real world. So when we get into the video game, the projector starts going, and we go into the Pokemon universe, and it opens up on like this lovely countryside, and it has this enclosed city, like this city, but it's sort of like enclosed and fenced in, a bit like in Legends Arceus, where there's Jubilife Village, and it's fenced off to stop these Pokemon from coming in. Maybe it's a bit like that then, but also as connections to the real world. Obviously, countries put borders around all their land so that invading countries would have a hard time getting in. So stuff like the Great Wall of China, that was to stop invading forces, and that is still standing today. And there's other different things. So maybe there can be something like that, as there's going to be 2 outfits for the main character depending on the version you play. And maybe the rival, like the other character, is like a rival from like a different place, and maybe that's the reason like it's enclosed in, but maybe I'm just looking too far into it. Anyway, from the back, like bordering like the west side of that city, we have a rainbow, and then there's a sunlight going through it, creating like a little visual through the rainbow, a bright light. Maybe that is a indication of there being a new mechanic, like we've had Mega Rings, Z Crystals, and Dynamax bands, and maybe there's going to be something else to do with like your wrist, or something that can go on your wrist that powers up your Pokemon. And then we get a good look at different parts of the Pokemon universes. There seems to be like by a coast, so of course there's a lot of coasts you can choose from, whether you want to go to the west side, the south side, or the east side. Next, we get a look at this mountain, and it may be based on a volcano, because it looks a bit like a volcano. Maybe the La Palma volcano, which is a volcano in Spain that is quite well known, that has been active and dormant on different occasions, obviously. But maybe that's the volcano it's based on, so maybe we'll get real landmarks in Scarlet and Violet. Like we've had basically Carlos has had their own Eiffel Tower, because that was based on France. But maybe we'll get other landmarks that are more Spain central. And then on that volcano, it looks like a dragon's face. Now, I don't know which dragon it looks like. It may be, I think it kind of looks like a Haxorus, although that's just speculation. But maybe it's a new evolution, because I was thinking everyone wants a new evolution to be compatible with Sylveon. So the only ones I think they can be dragon, fighting, steel, or poison. And a lot of people have been wanting dragon, and I think steel and poison would have been more in Galar, as it was a lot of mechanical and a lot of like obviously with the new Weezing, Galarian Weezing form, I think that it would have been more sense for steel and poison to be in Galar if we had an evolution, but maybe fighting or dragon, and I think people would really like it. Anyway, we see the city then go in, and it seems kind of foggy. Hopefully defog is not being brought back, but then I just said maybe it's a reference to the poison type evolution, but that seems more concerned with other like gases, not just fog. But who knows? So, the next shot in the trailer, we get a shot of many different Pokemon and places. The first shot, we see Starly's in a field. We see Hoppip flying past windmills. We see Petalils and Bounsweets are near the coast. Psyduck is in a swampy area. There's Drifloons and Combis by a pond at like sunset or dusk. There's Meowth walking down a route and it looks like this route is enclosed by mountains and hills at night. And maybe that's where the city is, because as I said again, with the Spanish conquistadors and other invading armies, maybe it makes them harder to get in. And maybe that's the thing with the rival, maybe the rival character, as I said, they differ between which game you play in, they have a different costume. Next, we see Stonjourner in a desert area, and we see Pelipper and Clawitzer on a beach. Well, Pelippers and Clawitzers on a beach. And we see Swablues, they're like on bunting in the town centre. I think these are just decorations. I think they're on the bunting, but I don't know whether but I'm not sure if they are just decorations or whether they're real. It could be either or. But by those Swablues on the bunting, we see Pikachu just down on the ground in the town centre behind these steps. And maybe we'll get League format again in Pokemon, like we had back in Galar, where it wasn't you complete all 8 gym badges, you get all 8 gym badges, then you fight the Elite Four and you fight the champion. No, we got a League in Galar, and I would really like to see that again in Scarlet and Violet, as it's just so fun to have a League. I think it's better. Maybe I'm a bit more nostalgic because of the anime, but I just think it's better than battling the Elite Four and then the champion. Rather, I think we get to battle our rivals and the gym leaders and then the champion in a League format, and I think that would be great to see. But that's just what I think of where Pikachu is standing outside, and I see people going up steps to like this stadium thing behind him. Next up, just outside the town, we have Blissey by a berry tray, and of course, maybe there's something like that relating to Legends Arceus, because if you hurt yourself in Legends Arceus before a Blissey, the Blissey would actually come and heal you rather than trying to kill you. So I just think that's a really great thing. Next up, we see Seviper in a foggy-ish route. Again, lots of fog. I don't know whether that's something to do with the fog mechanics Gen 4, Sinnoh, but fog was largely panned as one of the worst weather conditions in Pokemon, so I don't know why they would bring that back. But maybe Poison type evolution makes more sense with all this fog that is coming. Maybe Eevee can inhale the fog and it turns itself into a poison type, or maybe the poison type evolution can inhale the fog and help you. Anyway, next we see Larvitars in a cave. Next up we see Magnemite by a lighthouse. Maybe in the background it has the volcano from earlier, but I don't know. But next we see Lucario, and Lucario seems like it's in a battle, and if this is what is going to be like battle mechanics, it looks like the battle from Legends Arceus, where you can just throw your Pokeball, start a battle with any wild Pokemon, and use the move, and I think that would be awesome, as I did like Pokemon Legends Arceus battle system, battle interface. It's just great. And then the next shot we see is a big stadium with a big Pokeball on it and bird type Pokemon in the background. I don't know what type they are, but maybe it will be the new regional bird. And the final one we get, I think, of seeing a Pokemon form is a beach house with Dratini fountains. Now, there is a circle around here, around the in the town centre of all the Pokemon types, and I counted, and it has 18, I think, but I can't see all of them, so they could have snuck one in. But then again, why? Like, it would be kind of weird just to sneak one in. That's like half the size of the other ones. Out of all the Pokemon we've mentioned, we get a total of 14 types, though. We get normal, flying, grass, water, bug, rock, electric, ghost, poison, ground, steel, fighting, dragon, fire. Um, and so there's 14 types. I don't think we'll be getting new Pokemon type, but we'll probably be getting new Pokemon forms, and we'll definitely be getting a lot of new Pokemon. Okay, the next shot we get of the trailer is in the town centre again, and what looks like two spires. Maybe they're two churches, as a big religion in Spain is the Catholic Church. And we've seen loads of churches or chapels in the past in Pokemon, but what we don't know is what religion they are. Maybe it would be cool to see some references to maybe a Pokemon church, like them worshipping Arceus or something in Scarlet and Violet. Then what we get to see is our character. It looks like a school kid, and it looks like back to the days of when they were 10 years old, because obviously the oldest character I think we've seen is in Legends Arceus, where we were 15 years old, but I think there's also certain ones in X and Y and in Black and White where we were like around 15. But we seem to be going back to younger kids, maybe in an effort to get, a new fan base into Pokemon. And we see our house, and we have obviously a different school uniform. And as he goes into his room, we see I think we see a Switch and a TV, and we see a map that looks like Portugal and Spain, just the west side, so it seems to be cut off. But maybe we'll get a chance to go into southern Carlos, and or maybe even just Kumalau town, Kumalau City. Was that anyway the place we go to in the post game of X and Y? So hopefully we'll get to see new bits of Carlos, as I think Carlos is pretty underrated. So, the trailer wraps up with us exiting out of the Switch from the Pokemon universe back into the Game Freak office area. Then the camera goes to this bowl of fruit, in which grapes are displayed prominently in that fruit bowl, and that is the cause of the name Scarlet and Violet. At first, I thought this could be an indication of a soft reboot, like it was back in Black and White, where there were hardly any new Pokemon, and it was like a new area, and it didn't focus on many things from the old games. But that doesn't seem the case. It seems here that they're going from the names of the fruit in the fruit bowl, mainly the grapes. but I just thought it would have been a cool idea if they had done a soft reboot and focused on the colours again, like the only other times we've had like real like main colours that don't have another meaning have been red and blue and fire red, leaf green, kind of yellow, and then obviously black and white and black to white too, which are the originals, and then the soft reboots. But look, it seems we're going a different direction. But another shot we get is at the door where the security guard entered into at the start of the trailer, and it seems like there are two coats of arms, again, maybe on either side of the door, sorry, that are maybe, again, a reference to a rival school, or a rival team, or a rival country, maybe. Then we get a look at our 3 new starter Pokemon, which is which is obviously Fire, Water, Grass, and we have Sprigatito, the Grass Cat Pokemon, Fuecoco, the Fire Croc Pokemon, and Quaxley, the Water Duckling Pokemon. And they all look amazing, and I can't wait to pick the starter. I think my favourite is Sprigatito, the Grass Cat Pokemon, but I just think that Game Freak have gotten better and better. Is it me, or is it everyone? Because I think across the board, like, starting from Gen 7, it has been almost impossible to choose a starter. I know in Sword and Shield I really struggled. Like, when I got to obviously I was thinking about it before, but when I got to the game, it was like, which one do I choose? I was so split. Like, Sobble is amazing, but I was so split between Grookey and Scorbunny, but I feel like they have gotten amazing, and I'm split between all 3 of them. But I think I'll go with Sprigatito when I finally do get Scarlet and Violet, when it finally comes out, which will be releasing late 2022. It says on the trailer. But let me know what you think down in the comments below, and which is your favourite starter, and what did you see in the trailer. And also don't forget to leave a like if you like this video, and also subscribe. And I will see you in the next one.